If you were watching the inauguration today, you probably couldn't help but notice that the crowd wasn't all that big league. And so we're going to show you some photos of, this is 2009. You're going to see the mall there.
Oh, that's huge.
It's a big, nice, wide shot. Now let's jump forward to 2017.
Oh.
And that's it's not quite the same shot, and so it might be a little bit difficult. I mean, there's a lot of white space. Maybe everybody's wearing white MAGA hats. I don't know. So let's go to the split screen right here. Yeah, that's different. That's pretty different right there. Now, I know that there's dispute about exactly when they were taken, and some people are saying, well, the 2017 photo was taken 30 minutes before the speech started. Pretty sure people are supposed to be waiting for hours for a presidential inauguration speech. So that seems like a weird little petty thing to...
One thing about that, I was in D.C. in 09 for Obama's first inauguration. It was impossible to get there. I was there at 3 a.m. I was on the lawn, and I had a ticket for the lawn, but even in order to get to where you were supposed to be, not seated, but standing, you had to get there. Subways, I was staying in Springfield. Subways were jammed. I didn't leave the city the rest of the day because I couldn't. You literally couldn't get on a subway. I walked the entire city. I was dead tired. So the sheer number of people, you couldn't move. So getting around was a problem. So I don't know what the numbers were, but you can't say, well, that picture was taken 30 minutes before, so therefore the numbers were the same. Like, people have to finish their sentence. Was the picture taken 30 minutes ahead of time? And what happened in those last 30 minutes? Did maybe 1.5 million people show up all at the same time?
No, we saw with our own eyes. We did the live coverage during the speech, and you would see huge sections of the tarp that were completely empty.
Yeah.
Now it's white tarp, and it stands out very clearly. Maybe Trump just wanted to make America white again. But there was no question that place was not filled. And I've now covered, just on the Young Turks alone, we've covered 4 inaugurations. And I have never seen empty spots at an inauguration.
Well, even now, if you look every time, once in a while, when they're doing the marching past him and he's observing them, the stands are empty.
Yeah, the last section, I just want to get through these last stats. The last section where he got out of the limo and was walking, they were showing the bleachers, which they're not 10,000 person bleachers. It's a few rows, and they were largely empty for the section where he was walking.
My
now
high
we do
school
have the
football
numbers,
game
though.
had better packed bleachers.
Exactly.
Rose Parade.
So if you could bring up graphic 6, if you could jump ahead, we'll look at the actual estimates of various inaugurations from PolitiFact. And you're seeing there Barack Obama had a big drop-off from 2009 to 2013, but it was still 1 million after the drop-off. And you're seeing there George W. Bush did okay. He actually did better in 2005 after he legitimately won an election, I suppose. Bill Clinton, big win there. And it was much smaller back in the 80s, actually, but that was when it was still sort of new, I guess. Now, according to Dan Gross, if you're jumping ahead, Trump 2017, the estimate, if you can go to 7, it's going to be 250,000. Now, there are going to be estimates coming out over the next few days and weeks. They use weather balloons to take shots, and then they do computer projections off of that. But he says that is a very conservative estimate. That's giving him a lot of people who are probably not there. And in response to that, one of the arguments from conservatives is, well, one is all of his supporters are workers. They actually work, which I guess George W. Bush's don't work. I don't know. And then also, oh, well, it's cold. Well, bring up graphic 8 here. You're going to see that back during Obama's inauguration, it was 28 degrees.
Oh my God. Can I just...
And yet millions came.
I have to make a comment about how I would avoid going to Obama's inauguration. Even if you guys sent me there for free to do coverage, I would be like, you know what? No, I'm good. I'm good. That sounds terrible.
Well, luckily we have a guy in the studio who was there.
Yeah.
Actually, no. John, maybe at the warmest part of the day it was 28. It was 17 when I was there. I kept checking because I was freezing.
No interest.
And again, it was dark when you get out there, so maybe it was the middle of the night temperature. But you were there the whole time. Even when the sun came out, maybe it got up that high. But I don't know. There was an energy, so you actually felt a little better. The problem was the standing part. And by the way, when it comes to the numbers, instead of if you're a Trump supporter, cool. But the thing is, maybe embrace what you have. You can't say it was the same, or, oh my God, you guys were all lazy, they show up to get their Obama phone, whatever excuse they want to come up with. Just say, you know what? Yeah, we're a groundbreaking, small cabal of people. We're the only smart people who understand what this guy's going to do. Embrace that you have a small crowd, it's fine. There's not a nah. There's just a, Why isn't everyone excited about this guy? Just
By
accept
the way,
it.
how funny would it be if tomorrow Trump started complaining about the news taking shots of the crowd?
Oh, he's
will.
Are you
Oh,
kidding me?
totally,
Of course
totally.
he's
No,
going
but like,
to.
think about
Totally.
it. While he was campaigning and rallying, he's like, "Oh, they won't take shots of the crowd. You know, they don't
Yeah.
want to show." And now all of a sudden,
Yeah.
like,
He will use the term record turnout in a tweet
Yeah.
tomorrow morning.
Yeah. And look, I get it. Obama was a historic president. He was the first African-American president. A lot of people are going to go check out that first inauguration. That's why he broke the record with 1.8 million. You would think that, that Trump is also historic, of course, the first orange president. But there's just not as many orange Americans. John Boehner was there. But that doesn't add a lot to the count. But I actually think it's a little much ado about nothing. I don't know why the right wing is even defensive about it. Just say, we won the election. Let's move on. Right?
And
they're
they're right.
defensive. They're defensive about it. Trump is defensive about it because he's insecure.
Yeah.
He's super insecure.
Well,
He hates
also-
the fact that Hillary won the popular vote by millions. He hates the fact that people, aren't very. They don't approve of him. So
Yeah, his
early
approval ratings
on.
are miserable.
Exactly.
I saw a thing where his approval ratings are lower than Bush's was after Katrina.
Really?
But Bush's approval
Sounds
rating
like a low
was
point.
43% after Katrina. His are 40% going in.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
When they're supposed to be at their highest.
There's a Quinnipiac
Yeah.
poll that's got him at 37%.
Yeah. And look, I
That
think
means
we
the
know
people who
why.
voted for him don't even approve of him.
No, they don't. Well,
but
a
that's
lot have
literal.
dropped off, actually. Like 20% have dropped off.
Yeah, but
People voted
it's
for him,
not
don't
it's
like
not
him
just that. On the day of the election, they said we don't approve of him and,
Yeah.
and we don't think he's qualified. That was 15 to 17% of his voters.
Yeah.
So
But look, the reason that they care about this and that they're trying to fight back with their BS arguments for why the crowd is totally bigger, don't worry, just like his hands is bigger than they look in photos, is that they don't want the appearance that they are a tiny little elite group who's come in. They want some of that movement aura that Obama had coming in when Obama was actually the leader of a movement. And they keep saying that they have this big force of regular Americans, the forgotten Americans behind them. But apparently the Americans forgot to go to the inauguration. They don't have that movement, they don't have that support, but they desperately want the idea of it so that they can rule as if they have some sort of mandate.
So that's absolutely right. Two reasons why is they think the size of anything means the size of their penis. So they're like, no, I gotta tell you right now, believe me, it's wonderful down there.
Trust me, it's
Okay.
much bigger when it's not cold out.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
Right. And the second reason is for policy reasons. Because Obama did have all those people behind him. When Obama got into office, he had an 84% approval rating. He could have done anything he wanted. He could have marched those 1.8 million people anywhere and gotten not just health care, but I mean, you can go down the list, energy, free college, whatever, education, all those things, climate change, right? He could have done it all, but he you know what he did when he was doing his transition? He kept a lot of the Bush people in. Now, there's nothing wrong with that because he didn't want any holes left in national security, et cetera. Trump made the Obama people, even though he has not filled those positions, he made them leave the building.
Yeah.
And now he's pretending that he has big crowds and big approval ratings because he's going to jam everything through, even though he literally comes in with half of the approval rating of Obama. But that goes to show you, I'm not blaming Trump for it. If I was a Trump guy, I'd be proud of it. I'm strong, you're not, that's your problem, not mine. I won, I'm going to do whatever the hell I want. Believe me. Okay, we got a progressive president who in any way listens to us, meaning our audience and the new way of doing things. I'd do it with a 40%. You give me 80%, you give me 60%. We're going to get some real change in this country. And I don't mean by change, hey, I'll talk about change and then fill my cabinet with Goldman Sachs guys who are looking to rob you. The corporate media has multi-million-dollar anchors. We have you guys. Go to tytnetwork.com/go, and you can help hire investigative reporters that'll do real journalism.